Well, it is the start of fight week and we are counting down to this Saturday night's huge Nowhere to Hide promotion taking place at the famous Epsom Downs Racecourse in Surrey. Tonight I'm here at the Twickenham and Brunswick Boxing Club to talk to Quest light middleweight title challenger Alfie Shrubb as he prepares for his second bout in the competition, taking on Luke Denyer for the title. Well, Alfie, it's fight week. We are closing in on a massive night of championship boxing this Saturday night at the Epsom Downs Racecourse in Surrey. But before we look ahead to the big fight against Luke Denyer, let's recap on last time out. First time lacing the gloves up for a very, very long time at Epsom Downs Racecourse against Harry Camden. So, thoughts, recollections on that performance?
Yeah, it's 7 or 8 years out of the ring. Been quite a while out. Yeah, good to get back in there. I fought a good game, active opponent in Harry Camden. Tough fight, tough opponent. I think we've got a nice convincing win, decent performance. Yeah, set me up for a good shot this weekend, the title fight.
Absolutely. I mean, I know it had been sort of quite a while since you'd, like you say, laced the gloves on. I mean, you had a sort of a junior ABA career, had 30 plus bouts during that sort of phase of your career. But what was it like, coming back from such a long layoff and then sort of kind of thrust out under the bright lights?
Yeah, do you know what? It was more, I thought it'd be a lot more, I was a lot more calmer than I thought. I thought it was going to be, because it was from, obviously, like the smaller shows, an amateur to like a good stage, the Quest shows. And, but yeah, I thought I was quite relaxed. I was surprisingly alright with it. Had a big following compared to usual. Then obviously the usual few people coming to watch you in a little small hall for the amateur shows. Yeah, no, it's good to get back in there. It's good. I felt like I was nice and calm for it. Felt alright. I thought I was more worried about a little bit of ring rust, but I think any ring rust that was there, I think it shook off pretty quick. And yeah, felt alright actually.
I got to say, I watched the performance back earlier before I came up to obviously your club here, sort of Twickenham and Brunswick, and I've got to say it was a really, really good performance for a number of reasons. I mean, the sort of fact that you'd been out of the ring for such a long period of time. I know when I spoke to your coach Paul in the build-up, he said, Alfie's a good boxer, he's slick, lovely jab, good movement. I mean, you're going to see something sort of impressive from him. And he was very, very confident that you were going to put on the performance that you gave. But looking back, I mean, you had a tough opponent in Harry Camden, who was sort of, like you say, game, strong, very, very similar attributes-wise to you, same sort of build, same sort of height, same. I mean, and a good boxing brain and a good boxing sort of IQ as well. But from that first round, you established your jab. You were sort of pushing that out. You were catching him some good shots. Your movement was good. Second round again was some lovely boxing skills, but got a little bit bloodied up on the nose in the sort of in the second and the third round. Sort of Camden came on strong. So as far as a debut goes, it was a fantastic performance in the league. But he really made you work for it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't be mad with it. I mean, I was happy with the performance. I've done better than expected. I thought it was going to be a lot more. I thought timing was going to be out a bit more and maybe not as sharp as I was. But yeah, I think I dominated from reasonably early and took a decent lead in the first couple of rounds. And obviously, had the nose, but didn't take too much trouble. So yeah, it was alright. I felt alright with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's set perfectly now for this Saturday's big title fight. So you're going to be fighting for the vacant regional light middleweight title in the Quest competition. Your opponent, the man who will be standing opposite you, is going to be Luke Denyer, who's already had 2 bouts in the competition. So firstly, I'm going to start. What do you know of Luke, and have you seen any of the footage of his previous bouts?
I've seen a little bit about him, enough to know I think what I have to do to beat him. And I've left it in coach's hands, Paul and Pud's hands, and I think they're confident in me beating him. I know enough about him to know what I have to do, but I'm sure he'd say the same about me. But so yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I know he's a strong boy. He's a tough fighter. But yeah, like I said, I think I've got enough skill to be able to outbox him. And we'll see on the night.
Yeah, I was going to say from the little kind of glimpses of footage that you've seen. I mean, it's probably hard to going to give you an overall assessment, but from what you have seen, strengths and weaknesses of the man who'll be challenging for the title against you.
Too sure about strengths and weaknesses really. I know he brings a lot to the table. It's just not. I don't think it's going to be easy. I know it's not. He's like I said, he's tough. He can take a shot. He can give a shot as well as he can take one. But yeah, like I said, I think I've got a good enough boxing brain to be able to outskill him. And I think I'll definitely be enough to be able to beat him. I'm more than confident. Otherwise, I wouldn't be fighting. So yeah.
We saw Denya in action. I mean, in both his previous bouts. So he was action at middleweight in March of this year. Then he took a late notice fight up at super middleweight, well out of his comfort zone, and beat a very, very good operator in Stuart Goodwin. So we know that he comes into this contest, with durability. He's shown glimpses of power in his previous fights. And the performance against Goodwin was very, very impressive, given the fact that it was such late notice and totally out of his weight division. But when we caught up with Goodwin a few weeks ago, he was very, very confident that we were going to see as a competition a very, very different fighter, the best version of Luke Denya coming into this contest. And he was obviously complimentary that he knew the skill set that you brought, what you produced in your last performance, but equally he was still very, very confident. So I know it's going to be a great fight, but talk us through a little bit about how, off the back of that great performance against Camden, how has your preparations been for this weekend?
Yes, it's been a better camp than last time. I'm coming into this one more confident. Like I said, I was worried about timing being off or a bit rusty. So but yeah, I think the performance from the last fight has given me a lot more confidence for this one, because I think anything that wasn't going to be there would have showed up in the last fight. But I think I performed well enough. So I think I'm back to winning ways, back to my normal self now. So
good.
Yeah, more than confident.
Yeah, and you said the camp's been good, but how hard has it been?
Horrible. I'm just glad it's almost done. Just looking forward to the fight now. It's just the easiest part now. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, obviously, because like I said, I know he's a tough bloke, but obviously it's the early mornings and the late nights is where it really gets you. Yeah, it's been hard. But hopefully a nice bout around my way should be worth it. So.
Absolutely, and they always say, the sort of the fight is won and lost not in the ring, but in the preparation and what you do leading up to that fight. So it sounds like you say, it sounds like you've definitely put the work in, and you've got. You've got a fantastic opponent standing in front of you who, I say, both of you are going to bring the best out in each other, and whoever sort of edges it, whoever comes through this on the night, they're going to deserve to be champion.
Styles makes fights, and I think it's a good clash of styles, which sets up for a very good fight. And hopefully fans and both me and Luke both enjoy it.
Well, I don't doubt it's going to be an absolute barnstormer, as I say. I think we're going to see a better version of yourself, even though last time out was impressive. And I know that Luke Denya's coming into this contest with, for him, wanting to prove why he deserved this title shot, and why he believes he's sort of destined to lift that belt. So we're going to wrap it up. I mean, the fight, as I say, it's only a few days away. It's taking place on the 17th of September at the Epsom Downs racecourse in Surrey. But final words as we head towards the weekend and a massive showdown.
Best of luck to Luke. It's gonna be a good fight, I'm sure. See you Saturday.
Well, Alfie, a pleasure talking to you, and as I say, we look forward to seeing you ringside in just a few days' time at Epsom Racecourse on the huge Nowhere to Hide promotion.